Wow, mi con Indomieកំប៉ុង
ចង់មែន
ចង់
ឃើញហើយ
ស្រួយឆុងស្រួយញ៉ាំ
Indomie កំប៉ុងរសជាតិឆ្ងាញ់គ្មានពីរញ៉ាំហើយចង់ញ៉ាំទៀត
ណានាក៏ទៅលេចិនដែរ
Welcome to MCGG Rising Stars. From September 12th to October 19th, take part in the regional contest, open to all players. Step up and prove your strength.
Division finals will run from October 24 to November 2. The top 16 players in each division may advance to the next stage of MRS. Check your in-game mail for information. The S3 Finals group stage kicks off from November 8 to November 9. The top 6 players from each group will qualify for the S3 Finals semi-finals.
The semi-finals will be held on November 15. The highly anticipated grand final arrives on November 16. The champion will earn a direct qualification for the first MCGG World Championship. The battle is on and the world is watching.
Wow, mi con Indomieកំប៉ុង
ចង់មែន
ចង់
ឃើញហើយ
ស្រួយឆុងស្រួយញ៉ាំ
Indomie កំប៉ុងរសជាតិឆ្ងាញ់គ្មានពីរញ៉ាំហើយចង់ញ៉ាំទៀត
ណានាក៏ទៅលេចិនដែរ
Welcome to MCGG Rising Stars. From September 12th to October 19th, take part in the regional contest, open to all players. Step up and prove your strength.
Division finals will run from October 24 to November 2. The top 16 players in each division may advance to the next stage of MRS. Check your in-game mail for information. The S3 Finals group stage kicks off from November 8 to November 9. The top 6 players from each group will qualify for the S3 Finals semifinals.
The semi-finals will be held on November 15. The highly anticipated grand final arrives on November 16. The champion will earn a direct qualifications for the first MCDG World Championship. The battle is on and the world is watching.
Wow, mấy con Indomie con bóng.
ចង់មែន
ចង់
ទិញហើយ
ស្រួយឆុងស្រួយញ៉ាំ
Indomie កំប៉ុងរសជាតិឆ្ងាញ់គ្មានពីរញ៉ាំហើយចង់ញ៉ាំទៀត
ណានាក៏ទៅលេចិនដែរ
Welcome to MCGG Rising Stars. From September 12th to October 19th, take part in the regional contest, open to all players. Step up and prove your strength.
Division finals will run from October 24 to November 2. The top 16 players in each division may advance to the next stage of MRS. Check your in-game mail for information. The S3 Finals group stage kicks off from November 8 to November 9. The top 6 players from each group will qualify for the S3 Finals semifinals.
The semi-finals will be held on November 15. The highly anticipated grand final arrives on November 16. The champion will earn a direct qualifications for the first MCDG World Championship. The battle is on and the world is watching.
Wow,មីកុងឥណ្ឌូមីកំប៉ុង
ចង់មែន
ចង់
ទៅញើ
ស្រួយឆុងស្រួយញ៉ាំ
ឥណ្ឌូមីកំប៉ុងរសជាតិឆ្ងាញ់គ្មានពីរញ៉ាំហើយចង់ញ៉ាំទៀត
ណានាក៏ទៅលេចិនដែរ
Welcome to MCGG Rising Stars. From September 12th to October 19th, take part in the regional contest, open to all players. Step up and prove your strength.
Division finals will run from October 24 to November 2. The top 16 players in each division may advance to the next stage of MRS. Check your in-game mail for information. The S3 Finals group stage kicks off from November 8 to November 9. The top 6 players from each group will qualify for the S3 Finals semi-finals.
The semi-finals will be held on November 15. The highly anticipated grand final arrives on November 16. The champion will earn a direct qualification for the first MCGG World Championship. The battle is on and the world is watching.
Wow, មីកុងឥណ្ឌូមីកំប៉ុង
ចង់មែន
ចង់
ទៅញើ
ស្រួយឆុងស្រួយញ៉ាំ
ឥណ្ឌូមីកំប៉ុងរសជាតិឆ្ងាញ់គ្មានពីរញ៉ាំហើយចង់ញ៉ាំទៀត
ណានាក៏ទៅលេចិនដែរ
Welcome to MCGG Rising Stars. From September 12th to October 19th, take part in the regional contest, open to all players. Step up and prove your strength.
Division finals will run from October 24 to November 2. The top 16 players in each division may advance to the next stage of MRS. Check your in-game mail for information. The S3 Finals group stage kicks off from November 8 to November 9. The top 6 players from each group will qualify for the S3 Finals semifinals.
The semi-finals will be held on November 15. The highly anticipated grand final arrives on November 16. The champion will earn a direct qualifications for the first MCDG World Championship. The battle is on and the world is watching.
Wow, Mekong Indomieកំប៉ុង
ចង់មែន
ចង់
តែញ៉ឹង
ស្រួយឆុងស្រួយញ៉ាំ
ឥណ្ឌូមីកំប៉ុងរសជាតិឆ្ងាញ់គ្មានពីរញ៉ាំហើយចង់ញ៉ាំទៀត
ណានាក៏ទៅលេចិនដែរ
Welcome to MCGG Rising Stars. From September 12th to October 19th, take part in the regional contest, open to all players. Step up and prove your strength.
Division finals will run from October 24 to November 2. The top 16 players in each division may advance to the next stage of MRS. Check your in-game mail for information. The S3 Finals group stage kicks off from November 8 to November 9. The top 6 players from each group will qualify for the S3 Finals semifinals.
The semi-finals will be held on November 15. The highly anticipated grand final arrives on November 16. The champion will earn a direct qualifications for the first MCDG World Championship. The battle is on and the world is watching.
កំប៉ុង
ចង់មែន
ចង់
ទៅញើ
ស្រួយឆុងស្រួយញ៉ាំ
ឥណ្ឌូមីកំប៉ុងរសជាតិឆ្ងាញ់គ្មានពីរញ៉ាំហើយចង់ញ៉ាំទៀត
ណានាក៏ទៅលេចិនដែរ
Welcome to MCGG Rising Stars. From September 12th to October 19th, take part in the regional contest, open to all players. Step up and prove your strength.
Division finals will run from October 24 to November 2. The top 16 players in each division may advance to the next stage of MRS. Check your in-game mail for information. The S3 Finals group stage kicks off from November 8 to November 9. The top 6 players from each group will qualify for the S3 Finals semi-finals.
The semi-finals will be held on November 15. The highly anticipated grand final arrives on November 16. The champion will earn a direct qualifications for the first MCGG World Championship. The battle is on and the world is watching.
Wow មីកុងឥណ្ឌូមីកំប៉ុង
ចង់មែន
ចង់
ទៅញើ
ស្រួយឆុងស្រួយញ៉ាំ
ឥណ្ឌូមីកំប៉ុងរសជាតិឆ្ងាញ់គ្មានពីរញ៉ាំហើយចង់ញ៉ាំទៀត
ណានាក៏ទៅលេចិនដែរ
Welcome to MCGG Rising Stars. From September 12th to October 19th, take part in the regional contest, open to all players. Step up and prove your strength.
Division finals will run from October 24 to November 2. The top 16 players in each division may advance to the next stage of MRS. Check your in-game mail for information. The S3 Finals group stage kicks off from November 8 to November 9. The top 6 players from each group will qualify for the S3 Finals semifinals.
The semi-finals will be held on November 15. The highly anticipated grand final arrives on November 16. The champion will earn a direct qualifications for the first MCBG World Championship. The battle is on and the world is watching.
Wow, Mekong Indomieកំប៉ុង
ចង់មែន
ចង់
តែញ៉ើ
ស្រួយឆុងស្រួយញ៉ាំ
ឥណ្ឌូមីកំប៉ុងរសជាតិឆ្ងាញ់គ្មានពីរញ៉ាំហើយចង់ញ៉ាំទៀត
ណានាក៏ទៅលេចិនដែរ
The
កួតនេះរៀបចំដោយ Moonton Infinite Note 50 Series MPL Edition សម្រាប់ gamer គ្រប់គ្នាសាកថ្មល្បឿន90 W និងសាកថ្មអត់ខ្សែ30 W បំពាក់អេក្រង់ AMOLED ល្បឿន 144Hz អាចលេង Mobile Legends Bang Bang ដោយរលូនដំណើរការកម្មវិធីលឿនជាមួយនឹង RAM សរុប 24GB អមជាមួយនឹងការរចនាពោរពេញដោយអានុភាពខ្លឹមមកប្រើកញ្ចប់គម្រោង Secard AO Gamer ថ្មីទទួលបានអ៊ីនធឺណិត 8GB និងពេជ្រ35ត្រឹមតែ$1.5 កាក់ក្នុងមួយសប្តាហ៍ទស្សនាភាពយន្តល្បីៗញ៉ាំអាហារឆ្ងាញ់ៗសារចាក់បញ្ចាំងនិងកៅអីធំទូលាយទស្សនានៅរោងភាពយន្តខ្មែររោងភាពយន្ត Legend យើងក៏មិនភ្លេចផងដែរជាមួយ Esports Partner Indomie សូមអរគុណដល់សហព័ន្ធកីឡាអេឡិចត្រូនិកដែលតែងតែគាំទ្រនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតវិលត្រឡប់ជាថ្មីជាមួយនឹងការប្រកួត MPL KH រដូវកាលទី9វគ្គ Play-off ជាមួយនឹងថ្ងៃទី3ក្រជាគូទី3ជំនួបរវាង Galaxy Legend ត្រូវប៉ះជាមួយនឹង Pro Esports វ៉ាវពិសេសមែនតើដែលថ្ងៃនេះយើងបានដឹងហើយជាមួយនឹងការប្រកួតដែលពួកគាត់តែងតែធ្វើបានល្អហើយឥឡូវនេះគឺគាត់កំពុងតែស្វែងរកជាមួយនឹងកៅអីដើម្បីទៅកាន់វគ្គ Grand Final នៅថ្ងៃស្អែកដើម្បីប៉ះជាមួយនឹង CU Gaming ចាំមើលថាតើ Pro Esports ឬមកក៏ Galaxy Legend ដែលគាត់ធ្វើបានល្អនៅក្នុងការប្រកួតនៅក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះផងដែរហើយជាមួយនឹងអ្នកនរគ្នាដែលគាត់ទស្សនាទីផ្ទាល់ក៏ដូចជាតាមគេថាកុំភ្លេចធ្វើការ like share comment លើកទឹកចិត្ត idol របស់គ្នាថាតើ Pro Esports ឬមកក៏ Galaxy Legend ដែលធ្វើបានល្អដូចគ្នាផងដែរតែជាស្ដែងជាមួយនឹងការប្របាយថ្ងៃនេះឃើញថាជាមួយនឹង game វាយទៅវាយមកពិតជាល្អមើលខ្លាំងមែនតើតែម្ដងឥឡូវជាមួយនឹង Pro Esports ក៏កំពុងតែឡើងដៃដូចគ្នាផងដែរដែលគាត់យកបានជាមួយនឹងជ័យជំនះយ៉ាងច្រើននៅក្នុងការប្រកួតរបស់យើងហើយឥឡូវនេះក៏គាត់ទៅប៉ះជាមួយនឹងចា Galaxy Legend ដើម្បីបន្តដំណើររបស់គាត់ដូចគ្នាចឹងសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលគាត់ឈ្នះនឹងទទួលបានជាមួយនឹងកៅអីទៅប្រកួតនៅវគ្គថ្ងៃស្អែក Grand Final ចំណែកអ្នកចាញ់គឺគាត់នឹងទទួលបានជាមួយចាប់ថ្នាក់លេខ3ដូចគ្នាផងដែរអូហ្នឹងហើយអ្នកនរគ្នាសម្រាប់ថ្ងៃស្អែកតែម្ដងគឺយើងក៏មានជាមួយនឹងការជួបជាមួយនឹងអ្នក design ជាមួយនឹងចា skin logo របស់យើងគឺ Lady Dragon អញ្ចឹងអ្នកដែលគាត់ចូលរួមជាមួយនឹងការជួបជាមួយនឹងគាត់ក៏ទទួលបានជាមួយរង្វាន់ពីគាត់ដូចគ្នាផងដែរចឹងក៏ផ្លែចូលរួមទស្សនាបានច្រើនជាពិសេសទៅជួបជាមួយនឹង idol ដែលជាអ្នក designer របស់ skin logo របស់យើងដូចគ្នាដែលមានឈ្មោះថា Lady Dragon អូខេអញ្ចឹងជាមួយនឹងការប្រកួតរបស់យើងក៏ជាម្ដងដូចគ្នាផងដែរក៏សូមបដោតទូរទស្សន៍នេះជូនដល់ caster របស់យើងទាំងអស់គ្នា
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final series of the day. We had 2 series so far that we have watched, and first series 3-0, chest kiss. Second series 5 game. You guys cursed it for sure. My name is Abstract. I come all the way from MPL Singapore, and here you guys are watching MPL Cambodia Season 9, Day 3 of Playoffs. I am excited to just round up this entire event, especially since we are now at the final leg, as tomorrow it is going to be the grand finals. It is definitely a scary idea as the fact that we are coming close to the grand final. And now we also had to restart the stream because of the fact that it is starting to, or not starting, but it has been kind of long since the first game. So let me just jump right in and get myself right into the live at this moment as we speak. So, okay, perfect. So, same thing as always, ladies and gentlemen. As long as you guys are in chat, please feel free to make use of the live chat, as I will be with you guys throughout the entire this entire series. Hope you guys are excited, because I am as well. Because right now we are looking at 2 teams that will be facing off against one another, and that is going to be Galaxy Legends going up against Pro Esports. And only one of them will make their way over to the best of 7 grand finals, while the other team will unfortunately bow out of the competition and will have to try it again in the next MPL Cambodia Season 10. Now, with this new series up, with Galaxy Legends, they have already played 1 full series. I hope that they have, warmed up their fingers well enough because what's upcoming is probably going to be a slug fest. I'm not too sure if the Pro Esports is gonna give them a hard time at all, but if we were to kind of take a look at the regular seasons, when it comes down to Pro Esports, they're going up when they go up against Galaxy Legends, they did lose. So this is gonna be a great introduction for Galaxy Legends. In fact, speaking of introduction, we're going to be bringing the teams right up on stage with the first team, Pro Esports. Gave one heck of a game against Galaxy Legends in the upper bracket semi-finals. They are coming back for a rematch, and this is not a game where Pro Esports want to do again, because they were that close to losing to Galaxy Legends. They want to achieve that 3-0 against them. And on the other side, the one and the only cosmic power that played the series before. They are revitalized, and they are Galaxy Legends! Coming in for revenge, the coaches are back in here as well to hopefully give us another good show. Heads up over to Galaxy Legends Chai as well as PJ, and for the side of Pro Esports, Cat God and Rexar, as we initiate in the fist bump. This is what we call true sportsmanship. To start things off from the side of Pro Esports, we have Kozen, D7, Sa, Azu, and Sorry I'm Felix. Pro Esports is also one of the other teams that I have got great attachments with. And as much as I don't want to say that, because Galaxy Legends themselves have already knocked out one of the teams that I have attachments with already, it will really suck if they were to take off two of my personal favorites. And of course, as we talk about Galaxy Legends themselves, we have Wiki, Lewis, Cadenza, Lin, and C-Cat back at it again. Their stamina gonna have to be really strong in order to take up this game. And this is really punishing, right? They are this close to making their way over to the grand finals. And if whether they will have that stamina to carry on yet another possible 5 game is entirely up to them. As we pit the teams head to head between Pro Esports and Galaxy Legends undoubtedly have got a higher and a better score as compared to Pro Esports in average KDA, DPM, GPM, and match win rate. But of course, Pro Esports, normally when it comes down to a team that is slightly behind, they would normally be the one that have the higher amount of damage taken per minute. So, as much as I would expect that Galaxy Legends is going to be the one that will take this game away, this is not exactly an easy game that I would say is going to be for both teams. Azu as well as Lin. We talked about Lin previously. It's got a great amount of KDA ratio, total secured as well as loss secure as compared to Azu. Their time in the regular seasons proved to be strong, and they are all the way up on top. But right now, regular seasons doesn't matter anymore. But it's all about the playoffs. And not just any form of playoffs. This is the lower bracket finals. Just one more game, and they will make it to the grand finals. And this one more is another best of 5. They're gonna go for a long stretch, boys. They're going off for a long stretch. It's gonna be a tough game. Without a doubt, it's going to be a tough game. So, let's take a look at what the talents have got to say. For Shanang Gaming, 3:2. So far, I love the way that she has been doing all these predictions, right? So far, has always been rooting for the underdogs, and I love that. 3:2 in favor for Pro Esports. Everyone else on the board, 2:3, except for one. Except for one. 3:2. Okay, so Pro Esports, they're not out of the question just yet. In fact, they did show us that they could knock Galaxy Legends out when it comes down to the upper bracket semifinals. So this is not a dream, and this is not a impossible feat. This is exactly, and this is definitely possible. We have seen it happen once. CatGod made it happen once. Everyone from the side of Pro Esports made this worked out. They just have to do this one more time to eliminate Galaxy Legends in order to face off the final raid boss, and that is CFU Gaming. They want to go back because of that 3-0 scoreline. They won't be happy. No one will be happy about that 3-0 scoreline. As such, we're going to be preparing the battlefield for what is about to come. Seems like I have a little bit of difficulty loading up the MLBB live right now. So I'm only gonna be in the MLBB Esports channel. The one that is in the Mobile Legends Bang Bang official channel seems to be giving me a little bit of an issue. So I will only have that one channel to work with for now. But regardless, we've got the map change and the map rotation. First map of this best of 5 will be a Broken Walls map. As we move on to the drafting stage, game number 1 between Galaxy Legends versus Pro Esports. Let's take a look at the first bang. With the Fanny, Esmeralda, Baxia, that will be thrown into the banning pool. We're expecting to see more, such as Lancelot. We're definitely expecting more of that jungle ban out. I don't think that CatGod is going to give a handout over to Chai. No free junglers. Absolutely not. Because there is still Hayabusa and Yi Sun Shin that is currently available for the picking at this moment. And Gadakacha goes in. Say goodbye to the ambassador of Gadakacha. We no longer have that. I'm pretty sure that CatGod will want to focus onto the Hayabusa for Azu. So R2 pick with the Hayabusa is likely going to be the call of CatGod. No more Gadakacha. I will say that Kimi is still a viable pick. They can go for a Kimi plus Hayabusa. Start things off with good amount of crowd control from the mage. And of course, a Hayabusa, which is a definite comfort for Azu. So far, when it comes down to Pro Esports games against Galaxy Legends before, Pro Esports did play a lot of Hayabusa, Yi Sun Shin, Lancelot, Fredrin. In fact, out of that 5 games, is 2 Hayabusa. So exactly the draft that I was expecting. Kimi and Hayabusa. I've casted their game so much that I think that I can be the coach of both of these 2 teams. Maybe more on Pro Esports. Maybe more on Pro Esports. Because I always agree with what CatGod drafts. I like his draft. And because of the grok that is coming in here, with the Yi Sun Shin that is available for the picking, as much as I would like to say that Joy might be a possibility, But I don't think that they will snap pick on that so fast. Stranger and Lapu? Oh, okay. Stranger and Izun shit. Okay. That's acceptable. As of now, the Uranus has been picked from Pro Esports. Now that is something I'm surprised. Very front to back kind of composition that Galaxy Legends have drafted for themselves at this point in time. Just looking for a zonal potential that Uranus can bring in for the team. So they want to remove as much crowd control as possible. When it comes down to Galaxy Legends, who are the ones that have very good crowd control? Who can really stand by and stop the Uranus? Yi is one of them. The Yuzhong is out. We know for sure that Uranus is going to go over to their XP. CC is currently available as well. And I think that CC has a very good answer to dealing with the Uranus. So banning out the CC to ensure that the XP CC will not happen is also a decent idea. They have two choices, Yi or CC. CC is a direct threat over to Uranus. But Yi just makes it a little bit more difficult for Uranus to be able to zone everyone else out. The answer is Lunons. So they're not looking at crowd control. They're looking at damage. Seems like they don't want to give Galaxy Legends any early game damage control. Harif has been banned. I don't think the Cat God wanted to go for the Harif pick anyways. So looking at Romans, we have Hylos that are still available. Hylos could be good here, since this is a front-to-back strategy from Galaxy Legend. Having a very big wall right in front of this entire lineup is actually not too bad. But they have decided to put a Lapu Lapu in the gold lane. Huh. Leaving the Roma for later on. There's no way they're going to go for Enchanted support, are they? That's early game damage. And that's an Alice. Okay. We'll talk about that in a bit. It's not a final pick. We're looking at a Roma. I honestly still feel that it should be a high loss. The Farsa is a bit of an issue. Unless they want to go for Cho. Cho, if you go for Cho, you don't really get a target very well. Or rather, you don't have anyone that can really make full use of the Cho.
The sand rises when I give the word.
It's a Khalid. It's a Khalid. It's an answer to the Farsa. I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm okay with that. That is the next best option, I would say. But that also means that you are relying a lot of that tankiness from Lapu Lapu and the Uranus. It is hands down gonna be two-way, front to back for both teams. It will be pretty standard kind of game for these two. Such We'll have the coach leave the stage and give the time over to the players where they will make miracle. They will make plays and they will show us who exactly is going to be the one to take this game number 1. Galaxy Legends or would it be Pro Esports? Wiki that is going to be playing on Granger, Cadenza on the Grok, C-Cat on the Farsa, Lin onto the Yushin Shin, and Lewis playing as the Alice. Or Kozen on the Lapu Lapu, D7 with the Khalid, Sa onto the Kimi, Azu playing at Hayabusa, and Soriam Felix onto the Uranus. Who's gonna be the dog? Who's gonna be the cat? Who's fearing whom? At this point in time, we can now talk about how they want to play with this lineup. We do have a lot of area of effect from the side of Galaxy Legends in the early stages. They do have pretty good engagement tools coming in from the tectonic charge followed by the DOR. Fasta can come in slowly afterwards with the Feathered Airstrike. Lin as well as Wiki can slowly come in with the execution. They do have got a pretty decent lineup from the start all the way to the end. With an early game pop-off coming in from the roaming trio from Lin, C-Cat as well as Cadenza. Mid-game, we will start to see Wiki, C-Cat, and Lin to really start to pop off, dealing most of the damage. And I would say that Lewis is more or less in the mid to the late stages of the game where she starts to get a little bit more annoying and a lot more tankier. But from the side of Pro Esports, what they have is that this is more of a disruption / zoning based composition. They have some form of pick-off from the side of Azu playing as the Hayabusa. But most of the time, they're just going to be diving themselves into the face of Galaxy Legends. As much as possible, if they are able to find C-Cat, Wiki, or Lin, they will go for it. While Sorian Felix plays as the zoning player. They do have a single initiator coming in, double initiator coming from the Raging Sandstorm, or perhaps even from the what's that called again? The Traction Pulse. Kozen comes in shortly afterwards with this fighter stun. It highly depends on how these teams layer themselves. And most of these plays are highly dependent if whether C-Cat can be caught in the early stages. If C-Cat is left spot-free and completely able to blast up all 4 of those feathered airstrike at every single scenario, that will be the doom of Pro Esports. Okay, this scene is getting damn long. I've been kind of setting things up right now, especially since this is the final game of the day. To all Cambodians that are still watching this in the venue, it's currently 10:33 p.m. for you guys. Huge respect to all the event goers that is still around. For the love of the game, they are still here. And to everyone that's watching this game right now at home as well, you guys have the love for the game as well, and I gotta have to give you guys that shout out. As such, now we're heading in to game number 1. Both of the junglers will be starting off in the purple buff, and they will be ending off with their jungle rotation in the opposite side. We talk about lane priorities right now with C-Cat as well as Condenser in mid versus Sa and D7 in mid. Sa and D7 can clear waves fast, but I'm not too sure how comical do they really want to be. Azu! Oh! Ah! The flick of a Condenser! Opens up and erects the Guardian's barrier. Will slow Azu's farm down by a tad bit. As Azu now finds himself at level 2. As opposed to Lin, which is at level 3 right now. Not a great start. Overstayed his welcome right in the face of Galaxy Legends for a little bit too long now. While D7 holds himself down in the bottom lane. Being a little bit annoying, but this is all just about poking. Top lane, we don't talk about top lane. They're just boring. And as an XP laner, I know that that's boring. But the mid lane is where the fun begins. Mid lane is absolutely where the fun begins. A lot of action should be happening in the middle lane because all of the wave clear and, of course, the movements coming in from both sides. Azu finds one of the shadows to land onto Lin. Manages to take half HP away from him. And Zorian Felix looking to zone Lin away and force him to use his retribution onto the ranged minions. But unfortunately, that was not enough. Wasn't able to force him to go for the retribution. But at least there is a purple buff right now. Both of these players are looking for to pick up the purple buff first. Galaxy Legends, understandably, will be able to make it there first because the purple buff of blue team is just way closer to the turtle's pit. As such, Lewis throws the flowing blood right into the face of D7. D7 doesn't have his ultimate just yet, and so is Cadenza. Both of the roamers, they're just going to be playing a little bit slowly, while Seacat currently from all the way from the back with the feathered airstrike. Lewis takes the kill down on Zorian Felix, while we've got Pro Esports that manages to take the turtle down. It's a two-man death. No, two-man death from the side of Pro Esports just to take the turtle for themselves. Is that worth it? Make that three-man death for the turtle. Is that worth it? Not at all, unfortunately. Thanks for the support, guys, from the stream and from the chat. You guys are W chat right now. W chat. We have 5 potential games to go. Stick with me. Let's enjoy MPL Cambodia together. We can't kind of think of this as a watch party together. As of now, 4-0. We're looking at 1,300 goal lead in favor of Pro Esports. They're looking, Kozen! Not the way that you want to start this. Tries to go for a kill on Cadenza, but completely missed out. But luckily for Pro Esports, they managed to retreat fast enough to ensure that they are not going to be in the range of the feathered airstrike. Gonna go back to normal and gonna go back to stalemate. Both teams. Okay, there's a little bit more on the slower end for now. Not too bad of a kill, okay? As right now the fight breaks out. But Pro Esports, they didn't manage to get any kills as of yet. I will say it's not too big of a problem. For now, at least. It's Pro Esports now. They head towards this. As Lewis goes for the flowing blood right in front of Zorian Felix. Pops out the TOR, didn't land on anyone. However, Lin did manage to get a turtle, and that's what's important. Tectonic charge lands on the D7. He goes for the Raging Sandstorm to get himself away, but Lewis catches up, allows Wiki to pick up that kill. Pro Esports have yet to get a single kill out of this, while the Feather Airstrike drops down onto Sa. Unfortunately, we're starting to see Pro Esports starts to break down as they are just unable to get themselves a good enough of a, I would say a good enough of a time to play in this one. As much as I want to say they can play this slowly, but they can't exactly do that. Lin opens up to the Mountain Shocker. Didn't really quite manage to land right down in the Pro Esports yet. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal. It's 6-0 with 2,000 goal lead at 6 minutes. But Pro Esports still seems as though that they have a very good control of the river. Seacat does have a lot of damage, as you can see. Just 2 strikes of the Feathered Airstrike is more than enough to drop Sa lower than 50% HP. And that is a very big problem. It's an extremely big problem, actually. Both team now looks into the direction of the turtle. Lewis getting a bit of information, but I don't think that this information is going to do too much. Right now, Kozen has already went into the bravest fighter, but he's not going to be making full use of that, unfortunately. I don't think that Pro Esports will be able to get too much out of this fight because one ultimate has already been used. Reggie Sandstorm from D7 hopes to get away, but a quick Sand Guard saves him just to keep him alive a little while longer. While Lin picks up the turtle, and the Feathered Airstrike from Seacat comes in a little bit unnecessary, I would say. But right now, Azu tries to go in on the kill onto Lin, but he will go down. Lin slides out, but Frosor and Felix flickers on forward, ensures to go for a trade between the junglers. Unfortunately, Kozen will go down in that entire matchup as well. Doesn't feel as though Kozen is very comfortable with playing as this Lapu Lapu, unfortunately. I gotta have to be real with you guys. He don't seem very confident. He's taking a little bit of a difficulty trying to get his so far, I've seen probably 2 of his bravest warriors actually not getting much dividend. So moving on forward here. 8 minutes and 30 seconds. The top lane and the bottom lane P1 already been destroyed. Lord coming out in 30. And Pro Esports is at 4,000 gold. This is definitely huge. But not huge enough for Galaxy Legends to just run away with it. However, they also need to remember that Wiki is playing as a Granger. He's already got 2 kills to his name. It's fair to say that Maxi got 20 stacks onto his D7 walks right into a trap. Doesn't have a lot of HP to work. Wait a second, he survives! But I'm not too sure about Kozen though, as now he will go down. A quick knock up onto Sora and Felix, but he's a tanky boy. Getting a kill onto Kozen is more than enough, and big enough, because now they do have numbers advantage on top of Pro Esports. Feels like Pro Esports, they are a little bit out of touch. They're having a bit of difficulty playing as together as one. I would much prefer to see Kozen playing as a marksman, to be fairly honest. Well, now Seacat pops up with a Feathered Airstrike, managed to tag a couple of them onto Sa. Brings Sa completely out of commission, but not dead yet though. Zora and Felix and D7 pushes themselves and presses the attack. However, D7 now gets himself right out, while Luis puts on chase. Will not be able to catch onto D7 far enough, but the main thing is Galaxy Legends, they're not going to be able to take the Lord. As Pro Esports, they managed to drag the time long enough and far enough to the point that Kozen is already back in here. As such, Galaxy Legends continues with their onslaught onto the Lord, bringing the Lord down to well under 50% HP. Kozen doesn't have a lot of HP to work with, but he still wanted to go right in with the bravest fighters activating, but flying up into the sky because of the Lord. Goes for the stun onto Lewis, but that's not going to do anything. But at least it helps. Azu steals the Lord right under the noses of Galaxy Legends. Wiki picks up a double with at least 40 stacks onto his Sky Piercer on him right now. The T1 turret in the middle lane now goes down. The Lord would eventually march on forward to the middle lane. This will give them a little bit of a breath of fresh air. Give them a bit more space to play around with. But undoubtedly, I will say that this Lord very likely will go down pretty darn fast. We have no support for the Lord in order to bring down this tier 1 turret in the middle lane. This is just a casual steal. Oh, D7 wasted down onto his flicker. And now Wiki even pick up a kill on the D7 himself. The ambassador of Gatokacha now is not landing his shots, unfortunately. And now, they're in a hard run. In a very difficult situation. Difficult game, as a matter of fact. With Galaxy Legends now knocking on the doors of Pro Esports. We do have the Mountain Shocker slamming down on the Zorian Felix. The stun down on the Condenser. They should be able to take at least one, but hopefully they can trade a little bit more. A good stun from D7 onto C-Cat, but he will sacrifice himself and Wiki pick up a triple. Wiki's not stopping, guys. And right now, he's got a massive, massive amount of kills to his name. He's gonna be completely unstoppable now. With the T3 turret in the middle lane destroyed. We're more or less gonna be at the end game, despite only being in 13 minutes. Because this 8,000 gold lead is a little bit too much for them to handle. To perhaps go for a little bit more. As of now, the fight continues on. Lin doesn't have a lot of HP to work with. You gotta have to back off with only half HP. As the fight onto Zorian Felix, he managed to peel a lot for the team, so this is actually a perfect opportunity. Coming in from the side of Kozen. Goes in, bravest fighter. Unfortunately, D7 taken down. Double kill. Connected for Wiki. Pro Esports, they're just way too far behind. And they just can't seem to continue on forward. With the Lord that will be pumping out in a few minutes, few seconds time rather. And now, the game is about to go over. With the inability to head on forward. To beat down onto Galaxy Legends. This amount of goal lead is just way too much for Pro Esports to handle. Any chance of recompense is just not there. The Lord marches down through the middle lane. Wave up in the top lane is clear. The tankiness of Cadenza is a little bit too much for them to handle as well. And let's not forget about Lewis too. As now the Lord touches onto the core. Top lane T3 now going down. As now, of course, the tectonic charge lands onto Sa. Keep an eye on the C-Cat. He still does have his feathered airstrike looking for the perfect opportunity. He's all the way behind, but Cadenza will take the L first. It's gonna be a trade between Kozen as well as Cadenza. At least Wiki gets the kill now. The feathered airstrike finally appears. Looking and waiting for the time for the raging sandstorm to pop off. But shortly after, it doesn't even matter at all. Galaxy Legends picks up game number 1. Great game from Galaxy Legends. Very far ahead. It's a bit too much for our boys at Pro Esports to handle that kind of aggression. And they were bad trade. And unfortunately for Kozen, I don't think that he is very comfortable with the Lapu Lapu. If I were to kind of go back and take a look at Pro Esports games, how many times did Kozen play Lapu Lapu? Let's take a look. He has Harif, Granger, Harif, Granger for their game against you soon. Against Galaxy Legends, Harif, Xbox, Latan, Harif, Granger. And for their game against CFU Gaming, I do not have... Okay, wait, I do have now. So for their game against CFU Gaming, it is going to be Granger, Claude, Granger. So this is his first Lapu Lapu game in the playoff. So I don't think it's wrong for me to say that he's kind of rusty when it comes down to Lapu Lapu. I think they gotta switch gears. They definitely gotta switch gears. They gotta have to give Kozen his Granger. His Granger are great. He's been playing very good Granger, and I think that we shouldn't take that away from him. It's either gonna be a Granger or a Harif. And so far, whenever we are looking at a Harif, it is gonna be the wombo combo kind of situation, having the Gatokacha. but I don't think that it's gonna be easy for Pro Esports to get a Gato Kacha anymore, as Galaxy Legends are looking right onto D7. As such, congratulations over to Wiki for picking up a massive 12-0-3 scoreline, granting him the MVP. I'm gonna go for a quick break and I'm gonna pass you guys to some nice highlights and of course some more statistics of this game number 1, and I will bring you guys more entertainment and commentary for game number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going back at it between Pro Esports versus Galaxy Legends. We, at least for me, identified that the very likelihood and possibility of the fact that that game just wasn't so good for them, for Pro Esports. Really just boils down to Cozen not being able to be comfortable. They need to be able to draft something that Cozen really likes and something that Cozen is able to play around with. A Gringer, a Harif, take something out of the other people's books with a Lunox plus Harif kind of combination. You don't even need to play too much into area denial. Whatever works, pump it. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are watching MPL Cambodia. Season 9, day number 3. We are currently many hours into the day. In fact, I think that we are about 10 hours into the broadcast. And many more to go. In the event that this game does last all the way to best of 5. My brain will probably rot. But regardless, huge shout out over to every single one of the players and all of the viewers that is watching online and in the venue itself. If you guys are watching from YouTube, please make full use of the MLBB Esports live chat function. Talk to me over there. You guys are my entertainment. You guys are my partner for today. Also, you can take a look at some of the other comments here. Of course, some of you guys might be wondering, why am I alone? Now, I don't particularly have an answer to that, but I don't mind the slightest. It gives a very different idea, or rather a very different concept to shopcasting in general. Sometimes, not sometimes, I've definitely done some amount of solo casting, but that also means that I will be able to interact with the chat a lot more. And so that is why here I am, interacting with the chat and say hi to everyone. We have some fun little quizzes and so on. We did do a short little quiz, and we were just kind of like wondering, what's my age? I kind of threw that out over to the chat previously, asking you guys what do you guys think that my age is. We've got one winner from that. Maybe I'll toss another one of these quizzes later on. Oh yeah, okay. So I have a small little quiz then. Let's see whether you guys are listening, because I did release that information before. What role do I play? I'll give you a shout out if you get it right. As we now move on to game number 2 between Pro Esports and Galaxy Legends. We started right off with the Baxia, Hilda, Gatokacha that's been banned out already. We should be expecting a Fredrin. We should also be expecting Lancelot to be banned. Juzin, taken off by Catch God himself. A little bit more to go, I'll say. Just a little bit more to go. Just one more ban. Remember, this is the Expanding Rivers. Go for game number 2. Lancelot, indeed, will be the ban for Chai. Pro Esports now have the opportunity to first pick a couple of possible heroes. Okay, they're gonna go straight for the Grok. I think Grok is pretty okay. So now R1 and R2. I think that this can still be a standard. I know that Kimi might be the pick here. Kimi Granger is okay. It's between the three. Kimi, Granger, CC. I am not too sure about Galaxy Legends if whether they will pick the Hayabusa this early because the Yixushin is still available. They don't have to take it immediately. Okay, so they are gonna be taking the Hayabusa right now. They also picked up a Cho for themselves. So pick up might be the name of the game here. Granger, there we go. Get the Granger for Kozan. And with the Yixushin for Azu as well. I like this direction. This is something that Pro Esports is a lot more comfortable playing with.
Let them play the hero. I will be the truth this world desperately needs.
The Yuzhong will be taken away now. We're looking out for the band. Right now we're missing off majors for both teams. Kimi has actually been leaked all the way through. Kimi might be important to Galaxy Legends lineup if they do want late game insurance. There's some form of range and basic attacks. The Kimi is important here. Go for the ban on the Kimi. And for Pro Esports themselves, there are a couple of heroes that they can pick for themselves. There we go. Looks like Chai himself bans out the Kimi. Not too interested in picking that Kimi up for themselves. CC is gone. So with the Yuzhong, with Hayabusa and Cho, I hear Valentina. Valentina can steal the tectonic charge. But that is pretty much it. Mid lane. Kadita and Lapu Lapu. Now, I'm not a big fan of this Kadita. The Kadita is a really good bushwhack hero that you can surprise literally anyone, and even for Cho. You can surprise Cho out of absolutely nowhere. Because he can't purify. The moment that he goes into the brush, you can petrify and immediately go for rough waves. It should be enough to burst him down. Quite a bit of these heroes can be bursted down, but you have to play around brushes a lot. You can't just fly, or rather, you can't just use your Ocean Oddity and get close to them. So we'll see how this is gonna go. As ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go right into game number 2 between Pro Esports and Galaxy Legends. As the coach now takes their leave off of the stage. As we prepare ourselves to go straight in to the land of dawn. Coaches have now passed the ball over to the players to make work for game number 2, in the hopes that Pro Esports will be able to get one. And if Galaxy Legends were to take another one, they go straight in to match point. Yeah, I know, right? Kadita. I don't know why, but you better show me why they go for Kadita. If there's a Farsa or a Yeep, I can totally understand. But at least for wave clear, I think that they can do pretty decently since they do have the Grok. But they're going up against a Cho plus Valentina. Both of them are very comical in their wave clear potential. Might actually have a bit of issues dealing with this Kadita because of the Breath of the Ocean plus D7's power of nature. Can actually tag onto Cadenza quite a lot. In fact, I think that Cadenza might be having problems trying to help CCAT clear waves. So that is probably one of the main problems I will see from Galaxy Legends lineup. And one of the good things that that Kadita can bring over to this match, because of the fact that the mid lane is kind of difficult for Galaxy Legends just because of Kadita. You will always be able to find opportunities to poke with your Breath of the Ocean. The main thing here is I am looking forward to seeing Kozen play this Granger. He's going 1v1 against Wiki that's playing onto Esmeralda though. Unfortunately, he's unable to take the River Crab for himself. A very heavy lane down in the bottom lane. Gives the farm over to Azu. That is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. But that is a lot faster of a control than I was expecting. I thought that it would be able to land a little while longer, but it did not. As Cadenza was able to flicker away right in the nick of time before that three-man combination can realistically be able to do anything. Sa did whatever that he could. The Petrify into the Rough Waves, into the Breath of the Ocean, but unfortunately, the timing between the Breath of the Ocean and the Rough Waves is just a little bit too long. And that allowed Cadenza to just flicker out of combat. That gives Galaxy Legends a turtle. Completely for free. Now, the other thing that we look out for the side of Galaxy Legends is that their pick-off strategy is not exactly very sound. They don't have anyone that can realistically be able to make full use of the Way of the Dragon. The Way of the Dragon feels a lot more of a bonus feature rather than to use it as an initiating tool. Technically speaking, the Kadita pick might actually play against Pro Esports. Because if you realize that there is a Valentina onto the side of Galaxy Legends, a single Rough Wave stolen, Rough Waves into the Way of the Dragon is actually an amazing combination. Lewis goes for a fight against Azu. They did manage to get a really good trade though. And I do like that trade. It's a 2-for-1. And Galaxy Legends got more than what they have expected. They took the jungler out. They also took the XP laner out for just a single XP laner death. Very worth, if you ask me. Extremely worth. As now the fight breaks out in the middle lane. Because Sorian and Felix have jumped right in, get a good stun down to Lewis. Flick is on forward. Goes for a couple of slashes, but did not want to commit into finishing Lewis off. But that is more than enough to ensure that Lewis recalls away to lead them into a 5v4 game. But here we go. Azu tries to take down the tries to take down the turtle, which in the end of the day, it will go over to Sa instead. Azu and Sorian and Felix will lose their life just for the turtle, while Galaxy Legends didn't lose anyone from that at all. Unfortunately for Pro Esports, they're starting to lose some of these value. Oh, thank you. Let me tell you guys a little bit of something about this flask of water. This flask of water was from yesterday. And this is probably my 4th sip of the day. I forgot to stay hydrated. And I just finished it. Oh, crap. Never mind. We'll deal with that later. As now, thanks for kill. I completely forgot to stay hydrated. 5 minutes and 43 seconds, and Pro Esports have already lost T1 turret up top lane. Not a great news. Not a great news. And now Galaxy Legends already 2,000 goals in. This is not good news for Pro Esports. I think that the Kadita is a lot worse of a pick than we would have expected. I think the moment we start to see the wombo combo between Cho and Valentina, then and only then we'll start to realize, oh crap, this is bad. But now Sorian Felix clears out the Ballista minion, chase the rest of Galaxy Legends away down from the bottom lane. Now that we're looking at a stalemate between these two teams, let me tell you guys a little bit of a fun fact. My body doesn't tell me that I am dehydrated. Da-da-da-dang. I don't know how it's like to feel thirsty. Fun fact. As now, they finally managed to get a kill down at the Cadenza. That's a 5v4. Pick-off for a pick-off. Cadenza can no longer go for pick-offs anymore. Terrifying onto D7. Thoran Felix jumps right in, gets a stun down on the Sea-Cat. We still have the tectonic charge to work with. But right now, D7 takes the turtle down. Well, Galaxy Legends now tramples themselves down on the Pro Esports, hoping to be able to get a little bit more, considering the fact that they lost the turtle. But unfortunately, no kills, no death. But now Wiki overextends himself, but he managed to stack up a lot of these shields. He gets a kill down on D7. Galaxy Legends fought back. They struck back. They're now looking for a kill down over to Sorian Phoenix. Will they be able to? Unfortunately not. Flickers out of the way. And Galaxy Legends takes down the T1 turret here in the middle lane. Massive value. It's currently 10:19 p.m. right here. My neighbors are going to complain. They're gonna complain about me. I hope that my neighbors are gonna be nice. As the Mountain Chalker lands down onto a creep. Just wanted to go for a little bit of a wave clear. A standstill between these two teams. And it's only 8 minutes and 40. All of the T1 turrets that have already been destroyed. That's very good news for Galaxy Legends. But with the Lord upcoming, that Lord will neutralize almost all of Pro Esports' outer turrets if it's not gonna be settled down. Azu is only at level 10 as opposed to Lin is level 13. That is the whole 3 levels gap. They are completely gapped by Galaxy Legends. Cadenza looks for opportunity. No way Jose for him for now. Now Galaxy Legends, they completely won in the river fight. Pro Esports cannot get close enough! Good job to Lin! That's a pick off down on the Sa. No longer have to worry about the rough waves for now. Seems like Galaxy Legends, they don't even care about stealing the rough waves away to kind of go for the combo against Lewis. I guess that it kind of makes sense because it's just not consistent enough. Bunch of tags down from the side of from the side of Lewis. Lewis just gonna be jumping himself down D7. The Shard residue builds up and takes the life out of D7, sucking the soul right out of this rock man. It's an easy lot take and a free lot take for Galaxy Legends. Zoning capabilities are looking darn strong. We got a book that has been bought together with the Brute Force Breastplate and the Oracle. Wiki is not gonna die that easily, unfortunately, from this point onwards. And that is why he don't care. He don't care at all, just putting himself right in the face of the members of Pro Esports. He's just so far ahead. He would just do whatever they can. Look at Wiki. He's literally just doing whatever that he wants. He don't care. This is his game. Currently the possible MVP of the game for now, with 2 kills and 1 assist. If this goes on, hands down, Wiki is gonna be MVP. But the Holy Defense up in the top lane will now be destroyed. The Black Dragon form emerges. Cadenza almost down, but no one will be able to execute him as of yet. The Lord doesn't have a lot of HP to work with, but he still manages to bring down the T3 turret up in the top lane. Sora and Felix opens up with the bravest fighter, lands a stun down on the Lewis, but not quite enough for him to do anything else. And now he's gotta have to tuck his tails right behind of him and walk away. Galaxy Legends came, and they got what they came for. And that is to bring down the T3 turret. They're happy. They're absolutely happy. Why? Because the Lord is going to be spawning down on the bottom lane. Having a naturally pushing lane on the opposite side of where the Lord is just standard macro game. Standard macro. And from this point forward, Galaxy Legends, they should be able to take a game out of Pro Esports, no questions asked. All Galaxy Legends wants to do right now is to drag a little bit more time, and if they are able to get a free kill off of Pro Esports, they will gladly take it. To make things a little bit simpler and easier to take the Lord down. It's already slightly simple because of the fact that Azu is still at level 13. The possibility of a Lord steal is just not quite there. No more rough waves for Sa. That's kind of huge. Lin more or less have a free Lord take right now. The top lane is, of course, pushing real hard. And Pro Esports, they're not interested in taking the Lord. They know that they're going to have to defend their base first. And if they were to go for that fight, they would ultimately lose. With Azu not having enough XP to remotely contest against Lin. At least Pro Esports really know where they stand as of now and do not want to risk taking a fight that they can't win. Equipment's coming in from the Granger is actually almost down to a full, right? Just one more item and Granger is completely maxed out with 8,400 gold. Now the fight breaks out and then the Black Dragon Fox is going to be emerging, falling right above the skies. The Whale Dragon is going to be connected down on the D7, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like D7 will be able to get himself right out of that. But wait, his auto second is not dead just yet. He manages to walk away. Bazaar is the one is not going to be walking away though, as he's going to go down, and so is Kozen. HP all the way down low. The Ogi Shadow kill coming from Lin brings Azu down. The middle lane is gonna crack open, and so is the bottom lane. All 5 members of Galaxy Legends will now knock onto the core of Pro Esports and crack it right open. Congratulations over to Galaxy Legends as they take 2 games in a row right out of Pro Esports. Congratulations over Galaxy Legends. They are just a different beast right now. They are indeed a different beast. Very different from the way that they play as versus Pro Esports in the upper bracket semifinals. Because in the upper bracket semifinals, they were definitely having a lot more difficulty. And they gave Pro Esports opportunity to play to the late stages. And I think that this is the difference right now, right? Because they took the upper bracket semifinals to learn a little bit of what is going on, or how does pro esports play. So now that they know they excel in late stages of the game, they know that Cozen is crazy at the late game, so might as well and ensure that he don't get to that stage. So congratulations, Galaxy Legends. They've got the answer in mind, and they are just one step away to getting themselves an absolute win and to make their way over to the grand finals. And of course, huge shout out over to the MVP Wiki with 3 kills, 0 death, and 3 assists. As for now, I'm gonna pass the time over to the highlights as well as the post-game statistics to tell you guys a little bit more about what has happened. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are right back at you. Right into this game number 3. We're preparing and have the opportunity and preparing to see if whether Galaxy Legends might be able to get 3 wins in a row against Pro Esports. This is not going to be good news for Pro Esports if that is going to be the case. That means that they lose 2 games in a row in a one-sided sweep, and that is not going to be great for their mental state at all. Really need them to be able to take at least 1 game away, at least 1 game. At least if they were to bow out, they should at least have 1 game, man. It's starting to get a little bit late. It's 11:38 p.m. right there in the venue. So the players are tired. The viewers are tired. I'm not sure how are they gonna be playing this. You guys might be wondering, am I tired? Hell nah. I'm not tired. I'm built for this. I'm built different. No matter what, I would adhere to my job to entertain you guys to the fullest extent. All the way from the start of the seasons, all the way to the end of the season, no matter what time it is. I say yes, and I'll do it. We're preparing ourselves in the battlefield for game number 3 once again. For the side of Galaxy Legends, they would undoubtedly be very excited to go into this possible final game. It comes down to one possible chance only. If they don't make it out alive, they are out of the competition. For everyone that is in the stream and in the chat, welcome to MPL Cambodia Season 9 Playoff Day number 3. We're coming close to the end of MPL Cambodia soon. It has been a long journey thus far. The past 2 days. Exclusive of today, of course. And of course, once again, for all of you in the live chat, make sure to say hi. Talk to me a little bit. If I do have it, if there is anything interesting for me to talk about, I'm here. I'm here to say hi. I'm here to, send vibes. Let's go. We're going straight in. Game number 3 between Pro Esports and Galaxy Legend. With Baxia, Jusin, Fanny, and Gato Kacha that has been thrown over to the banning pool. Lancelot is gonna be one of the heroes that is definitely gonna go in. We saw just how the drafting phase have changed.
Thorns remain. Should metals fall.
Almost never gonna see the Lancelot anymore. The Grok first ban happens for Pro Esports once again. To be fair, the draft in the previous game was not too shabby. It's actually not that bad. Hayabusa repick. The previous game they went Cho. And they are still gonna go for Cho. So would we see a deviation? Yes, we will. They have decided to pick up a Yudong and the Yi Sun-shin for this game instead of a Yi Sun-shin and a Granger. So now there is a possibility that Kozen would not be able to get his priority Granger or the Harrivier, because those 2 can be banned, or one of them can be picked and the rest are banned. If you ask me, Harif is not too bad for... Actually, you know what? Both Harif and Granger can work out in this competition for Galaxy Legend. They will stick to the Uranus for now. With the Yuzhong stolen away from Galaxy Legend, they have decided to pick up Uranus in this case. Lunox might be a noteworthy ban for Galaxy Legend, so that they don't have to they would not be able to be threatened by the Lunox onto the Uranus for now. Wait, MPL MY is already done? Is MPL MY done for the day already? Oh yeah, it kind of seems as though that is done already. So welcome everyone. Welcome to MPL Cambodia Season 9. To the new watchers, let me tell you guys a little bit about what has happened thus far. When it comes down to the bracket system, or rather when it comes down to the bracket, we are currently in the lower bracket finals. The teams are fighting for the spot to go over to the grand finals. And right now, Galaxy Legends, they are just one game away. And do note that Pro Esports and Galaxy Legends have faced off against one another. And that was the upper bracket semifinals. It was a 3-2 in favor of Pro Esports. Pro Esports is the one that sent Galaxy Legends down to the lower bracket. So now, Galaxy Legends, they're looking for a rematch. And so far, revenge has been sweet. 2-0, they're looking to 3-0 this. And in the event that is actually a 3-0, that is going to be quite a mark to Pro Esports for losing in a 0-3 sweep twice in a row in a day. You don't want to have that. He will be able to pick up for Galaxy Legend. Granger and Harif are both available for Pro Esports. W chat. We're starting to get the liveliness in the chat right now. It is a Harif and the Farsa after all. Pretty good early game. It's a pretty good early game composition for the side of Pro Esports. The roaming trio coming in from Grok, Yuzushin and Farsa is not too bad. Mid stages of the game, Yuzhong, Farsa goes absolutely ham, and then late game, Yuzushin and Harif will get their pop-off from that point onwards. And as for Galaxy Legend, the final pick will be looking out for the gold laner. And the Granger that will be. This composition from Galaxy Legend is geared towards more of the late game. My only problem is that they do not have someone that can really make full use of the Way of the Dragon. Same thing as a previous game. But to be fair, they did manage to make it happen before. They did manage to make it work. As such, I'm looking to see what are they gonna do here. The coaches will now take their leave down the stage as we prepare the battlefield for the land of Dawn for the very potential final game between Pro Esports and Galaxy Legends. We have Kozen onto the Harif, D7 onto Grok, Sa onto the Faster, Azu onto the Yisun Shin. Sorry, I'm Felix onto the Yu Zhong. And on the opposite side, Wiki, that is going to be onto the Uranus, Cadenza onto Cho, Cat onto the Yi, Lind onto Hayabusa, and finally, Lewis. Oh, sorry, what am I talking about? Lewis is going to be playing as the, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, okay, Wiki is going to be playing as the Granger, and Lewis onto that Uranus. Sorry. 10:47 p.m. brains. 12 hours broadcast? No, 10, yeah, 10 hours broadcast. My brains are now coming into a mush. You want rap casting? I'll give you rap casting. Later on, that is. Not sure if whether my brain is still working fast enough to catch up to my mouth, though. No promises. Chat is actually going for a 2-1. This might be a game won by Pro Esports. You guys believe that? Okay. I actually want to believe that as well. Pro Esports, as much as I don't want to be biased, but I have been casting Pro Esports game for a while now throughout the entire MPL Cambodia. So I do have a little bit of attachment to them. So I do like the drafting, and I really appreciate their players a lot. I look out for them quite a bit. And Kozen, he's really good for playing into the later stages. In fact, that is kind of like Pro Esports MO, to play early game well enough so that they can survive to the late game. And once they reach the late game, they are unstoppable. Not a lot of teams is able to beat Pro Esports in the late game scenario. And it's pretty fair to say that even CFU Gaming, they don't want to go late game against Pro Esports. As such, now we're going to be looking at Lin almost getting the Lord, or rather takes the turtle down almost immediately. Sorry, on Phillies picking up the first blood down on the Sea Cat. Cadenza shies away like a slippery little ninja. Gets himself running away. There's a one-for-one trade. Galaxy Legends may manage to take out the turtle for themselves, but at the cost of Sea Cats. I would say that is worth it. That is worth it. I'm stuck in basement? Does that mean that I sound like I'm in a basement? Technically, I'm stuck in this room for the entire day now. I'm not the GOAT. You guys are the GOAT. It's like 10:50 p.m. and you guys are still watching. I really appreciate every single one of you guys for your support. As such, the Ogi Shadow kill. Oh, good flicker from D7. Oh! Got away with just a sliver. You're gonna be fine. Pro Esports managed to disengage from that fight pretty effectively. But Azu, you need to really run away. He did manage to. But they're slowly winning back the edge. Slowly getting back the edge. Chad is actually apologizing for staying here to game number 5. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to going all the way to game number 5. The first series is just a fluke, right? That is not supposed to happen. That 3-0 sweep, not supposed to happen. We were supposed to get 15 games for the entirety of the day. So I've already caught my break. As such, the Feather Airstrike now rains down the Cadenza. D7, the power of nature, swipes him right out of the map and puts the final nail in the coffin for him. There's a free turtle down for the Southern Pro Esports. Without Cadenza, it's not going to be easy for the Galaxy Legends to even try to go for a fight for that turtle. Do note that this lineup from Pro Esports is actually very well versed in the early, mid to the late stages. There's a lot of things that Pro Esports can be really good at. So I would say that as long as they are able to hold out in the early stages well enough, they should be able to play mid-game pretty effectively. And once the mid game is settled, they can kind of pivot themselves to the late game, 15 plus minutes onwards. Dorian Felix pops in through the Black Dragon form. It's very important for him to go into this form. Very, very important. He does get some defenses improved just from going into the Dragonoid form. So very good quick thinking coming in from Dorian Felix. Why am I alone? I don't know, man. But I'm liking this. It's fun. Getting to communicate with the viewers, I'm totally fine. But I do appreciate a partner. You guys are my partner. Don't worry. You guys are my partner. I would like to believe most of the talents are probably, or some of the talents are probably a little bit busy. But regardless, Cadenza as well as Lin flies up to the air from the tectonic charge. Yeah, I would like to believe. I would like to think that is also correct. It's the availability. It's an availability problem. Especially for Singaporeans. Singaporeans have got a lot of other jobs, and you know they want to have a break as well. But I hustle. As of now, Pro Esports now is going to be opening up the way. Hopefully to be able to get themselves a turtle take, and indeed Pro Esports will be able to get the second turtle of the game, getting them a total of 1,400 goal lead as of now. Wiki just picked up that Sky Piercer. From this point on, Galaxy Legends might want to play very aggressively, just so that they will be able to increase the odds of getting that Sky Piercer stacks from here. No, this is not a replay. Saad takes up a free kill onto Seacat. This is the second time that Lin tries to make his way up to the top lane. But unfortunately, no goal for the Hayabusa. No death for Felix as of yet. CFU did drop Pro Esports into the lower brackets, and that is why Pro Esports is now fighting Galaxy Legends. However, Pro Esports can always try to climb back into the grand finals, and that is always gonna be possible. However, Galaxy Legends, they are just one game away from going to the grand finals and facing up against CFU Gaming. We'll see how that's gonna work out. Kozen joins into the fray. That is gonna be that Zaman Force tossed down onto Cadenza, and just almost enough to allow Kozen to get a kill. But Soram Felix is forced to hand, and he need to pick up that kill. Otherwise, that's gonna be Cadenza sliding away from that fight with no value at all. Oh, good petrify. But unfortunately, he's not going to be flying up from the Furious Dive. Lin picks up a kill on the Soram Felix. This is a very good counter engage for the side of Galaxy Legends. As such, that is going to be DX7 slamming Lin right into the wall. And there's a 3-man knockup for the side of Cadenza by West. The follow-up. Wiki, you need to be here. But Azu picks up the kill onto Cadenza. 1-for-2 trade. It's back and forth and back and forth. Pro Esports still have got the opportunity to win this, as such as Zaman Force pops up, destroys Wiki in an instant. Radiant armor bot from the side of D7. Lewis literally diving the turret. This is not good, Lewis! What are you doing? What is going on? Dude, everyone is tired. I get it, man. I get it, but not like this, man. What the hell am I watching, guys? Boy, oh boy. People are throwing bodies at this point in time. We've got a trade between the mages. But now, honestly, I think that the ones that are really in the zone still for Pro Esports, actually, you know what? I don't know. Pro Esports is technically winning, so technically every single one of them are in the zone. All 5 members from the side of Galaxy Legends just gonna be crumbling themselves down on the side of Pro Esports. Well, in the meantime, the Panther airstrike coming in from Sa will be able to drop Cadenza to the all-time low. He still burns, but he survives with 1 HP. But unfortunately, Cozen's Chronophasia will not be able to clip on the Cadenza as of yet. While Seacan opens up the RWM, did not manage to capture everyone inside of it just yet. What a Death Sonata lands one on the D7, did not kill him yet as well. Oh! Sora and Felix, the only one that went down in that fight. The only one that went down in that fight. That could have come up a lot more worse. Let's be honest here. It could have been a lot more worse. Now the Lord crashes down onto the bottom lane G2 turret. Galaxy Legends. At this point in time, they have to play from behind. They're back against the wall. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the Panther airstrike will be able to stay alive for long. But Lin did what he could with the Ogi Shadow kill. Dealt a lot of damage to Sai. So the Azu, now the RWM opens up onto Kozen as well as D7. But unfortunately, Kozen will not be able to run away. But they are trading out one another at this point in time. Sorry, and Felix is still in the fight. And I'm not too sure whether he will be able to run away or not. Because Lin, he might get his Ogi Shadow kill back. But hopefully not. Because right now, Galaxy Legends knocks onto the front doors of Pro Esports. Pro Esports slowly losing their lead as Lin, he has his Ogi Shadow kill, but he goes down before that eventually happened. They are throwing bodies. Oh my god, what is going on?
Red team turret has been destroyed.
At least Azu is level 15 now. I think that this is the limit of my voice at this point. I am starting to feel it now. I am starting to feel it now. This is the limit of my voice. I don't think that I have reached this state before. At this point in time, I'm probably just gonna sound like Morgan Freeman. But will Morgan Freeman be able to rap? That's the question. If you want to hear Morgan Freeman rap, this is the point. This is where you'll hear it. Probably just 1 octave lower right now. But the Lord right now is going to be available. Lewis is in a dark spot. TCU immunity with the Purifier. Will he get away? Yes, he will. However, D7, he overextended, but he flickers backwards. He's not dead just yet. The dragon comes and he gets a kill down on the wiki. A standard trade that we can live with. They are okay. The Lord is available right now, but unfortunately, as someone said in the chat, no dragon, no fight. So, no Felix, no fight. Pro Esports, even though they have Azu at level 15 and Lin is also level 15, both of them can kind of go for the Lord, but no dragon, no fight. Kozen now has the purple buff. What? What the hell? This, okay, you know what? I'm okay with that, Zah. I'm okay with that. You are trading your life for a Hayabusa. I'll take that any day. And now, this is Pro Esports territory. They can try to take this Lord down with no further retribution from the side of Galaxy Legends. At this point in time, we do have a knockout coming from the side of D7. He tectonic charges himself right out of there. Well, Kozen, he's just tickling the heck out of Lewis, even under the summon force. Now, with a dragon on the D7, he flickers himself right out. D7 is still fine, but Lewis, Ionic Disc. Oh, wait, that's not gonna happen. He's gonna be fine. He still have a little bit of shield. CC immunity. The Feather Airstrike is just gonna be pushing Lewis away, but he's coming back again. Lin as well. Just lays down onto Zarya and Felix, and Kozen is dead as well. The opportunity for Pro Esports to be able to take the Lord down without the presence of Lin has now phased out. And now Galaxy Legends, they are taking the game back for themselves. Now, Pro Esports, they are a team that I respect a lot when it comes down to late game. But unfortunately, I think that they are tired. And so, they do have a little bit of difficulties microwing their heroes and actually playing to the absolute T. I don't think that they are very proud of their team fights right now, but they gotta do what they gotta do what they are gonna do, right? Gotta play with what they are dealt with. And as such, right now, the Lord is just gonna be crashing down on the middle lane. D7 doesn't have a lot of HP to work with. As such, they will want to refresh themselves once again. With 15,000 HP onto the side of this Lord, is gonna be cracking down to the core with a couple of swings with his trusty trident. The bottom lane and the middle lane, T3 is now gonna be destroyed. As such, this is going to be almost a barren wasteland over the side of Pro Esports. The conceal popped from why? Why was there a conceal? But regardless, the RWM pops up that zones the rest of the members from the side of Pro Esports away. Barren wasteland for the side of Pro Esports. And the entirety of Galaxy Legends now falls back. It's 16 minutes and 30 seconds. This is a massive lead for Galaxy Legend. With 4,500 gold and advantage. And with every single one of these lanes mobilized as super minions, the upcoming Lord take is gonna be difficult, albeit a little bit impossible. This is not good considering the fact that Pro Esports is just so close to Grand Finals. And what's gonna be making it worse is that they might potentially bow out of the competition by going 0-3 2 times in a row. Galaxy Legends are still gonna be playing a little bit slow for now. They don't have any necessity to jump the gun and to even jump onto anyone from the side of Pro Esports as of now. What they want to do, though, is that they just want to wait for the Lord to eventually appear, unless someone from the side of Pro Esports utterly overextends. Five seconds until the Lord appears. Barren Wasteland. Barren, B-A-R-R-E-N, wasteland. It means empty. You learn something new every day. I always use that word, by the way. As of now, Galaxy Legends, they're just gonna be dancing with the Lord for a little while longer. A bit of stun on the Lewis. A single shot of the Death Sonata from the side of Wiki. As now they're waiting for the point in time to break the silence. What was that feather airstrike? I don't know, but Lane will take the Lord down. C-Cat all the way from the back when it comes out on RWM will be bossing up onto the D7, making sure that he will go down. All the rest of the members from the side of the Pro Esports, they will want to get themselves running away. But Lewis caught up. Lin will catch up as well, but he's taking a little bit too much damage. As such, the rest of the members from the side of Galaxy Legends, they can't continue this anymore. They can't force this out. The moment that you try to force this out, that might actually just end up a lot more worse. But for now, this is an evolved Lord that will be marching in from the middle lane. And this is gonna be rough as Lin goes straight in. When it comes down to the Ogi Shadow kill, it's not gonna be allowed and will not be able to get a kill down and goes. And is this really finally gonna be it? When it comes down to Feather Airstrike, can he clear everything? Galaxy Legends, they're kicking the core! They cracked the core! And they cracked it all! They cracked Pro Esports! Getting themselves a 3-0 victory! not going for a full best of 5 series. They get themselves an express pass all the way through to the grand final. Commiserations to Pro Esports, as unfortunately they will now bow out of the competition. My attachment with them, man. I've been watching them all the way since the play-ins, together with Team Max. But on the same day, both of these two teams will go out. Galaxy Legends is going to be the competitor of CFU Gaming in the grand finals for the games tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. My time is up for today, as now I'm going to be passing the time over to the stage, as we do have got the host prepared for a quick interview with the players. And of course, we're gonna have to send the players from Pro Esports back home. Ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Some cho room sa style maintain tại đó Pro Esports គឺអត់បានប្រកួតពេលបន្ទាប់ទេអត់បានទៅ Grand Final ទេគឺគាត់ទទួលបានជាមួយនឹងចាត់ថ្នាក់លេខ 3 ក្នុងថ្ងៃនេះផងដែរតោះ Disman មានអីចង់និយាយខ្លះទៅកាន់ fan របស់យើង
ខ្ញុំសូមអរគុណទៅដល់អ្នកគាំទ្រដល់ Pro Fan ទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលគាត់តែងតែគាំទ្រដល់ធីមរបស់ខ្ញុំហើយ season នេះពួកខ្ញុំពិតជាខំប្រឹងមែនទែនដើម្បីមកដល់វគ្គនេះហើយខ្ញុំសន្យាថា season ក្រោយពួកយើងនឹងខំប្រឹងឲ្យបានល្អជាងនឹងនឹងព្យាយាមយក champion ឲ្យបាន
អូសុំលេងតែដៃជូន Pro Esports មួយមកជូនប៉ស្នាល្អដល់គ្នានៅរដូវកាលក្រោយទៀតណាអូខេអរគុណច្រើនឲ្យសម្រាប់បានអូខេអញ្ចឹងយើងបានដឹងអីជាមួយនឹង Pro Esports គឺគាត់ទទួលបានជាមួយនឹងចាត់ថ្នាក់លេខ 3 នៅក្នុងរដូវកាលចាទី 9 របស់យើងដូចគ្នាផងដែរតោះឥឡូវនេះក៏សូមមកសិតទៅកាន់កាលីទៅកាន់ Grand Final ថ្ងៃស្អែកគឺបានទៅលើ Galaxy Legend វ៉ាវធ្វើបានល្អមែនទែនសម្រាប់ថ្ងៃនេះផងដែរតោះអូយ៉ាអេដាក់លេងទៅណាហ្នឹងអេជួកណ្ដាលដល់ពុករត់វេហ្មងថៃខ្លាចចែមែនថៃពេក
ខ្ញុំអត់ខ្លាចតែខ្ញុំចង់ឲ្យគាត់និយាយម្ដង
អូខេឥឡូវលេងនិយាយម្ដងចឹងលេងមិនអីអញ្ចឹងកាត់អីគេខ្លាចអីឥឡូវខ្លាចអីគេរដងមិនអញ្ចឹងណែរដងនិយាយច្រើនហ្នឹងមែនអត់
មានខ្លាចណា
ហ៎និយាយដាក់មេក្រូមកថាម៉េច
អត់ខ្លាចទេ
ចាំមិនដើរកិច្ចពីចែចុះ
បាទ
មិនបានកិច្ចពីចែមិនដើរកិច្ចពីចែដើរហ៎
តុកអៀត
ហ៎ថាម៉េចដកគ្នាចាញ់តោះឥឡូវនេះយើងធ្វើបានល្អមែនតើបើយើងនិយាយពីលទ្ធផលហ្មងគឺ3-0សម្រាប់ថ្ងៃនេះដែរអញ្ចឹងគាត់ថានៅថ្ងៃស្អែកនឹងធ្វើបានល្អដូចថ្ងៃហ្នឹងអត់
ល្អជាងមុន
ល្អជាងហ្នឹងទៀត
បាទ
អូបដិញ្ញាចិត្តតែម្ដងសម្រាប់ថ្ងៃហ្នឹង
ធៀមចិត្តហើយ
ណា
បាទ
អូខេឥឡូវមានអីនិយាយទៅកាន់ fan របស់យើងដែលនៅទីនេះផ្ទាល់ដែលគាត់អង្គុយអបអរសាទរយើងឡើងពេញទំហឹងតែម្ដង
ជូនពរអ្នកនរគ្នាសុខភាពល្អព្រោះស៊ីមានបានហើយទាំងអ្នកដែលមកចូលរួមនៅក្នុង hall ហ្នឹងទាំងអ្នកដែលមើលនៅក្នុង live ជូនពរទាំងអស់គ្នា
ហើយណាបាញ់ជូនពរអ្នកគេមានសង្សារចង់សួរគាត់អត់បងសួរកន្លោហ៊ានសួរនៅក្រោមអញ្ចឹងណាវាសិខេតរៀងកាចដែរអូខេដល់សារតែស្អែកយើងត្រូវប៉ះជាមួយនឹង CU Gaming ហើយគេក៏ត្រូវការពារជាមួយនឹងតំណែងជើងឯករបស់គេដែរសង្ឃឹមប៉ុន្មានភាគរយនៅពេលដែលជប់ CU Gaming នៅថ្ងៃស្អែក
ដំណាក់កាលហ្នឹងមាន2 team មកសួរថាភាគរយអត់មានសួរថាឈ្នះ
អូភាគរយមិនមានទេប៉ុន្តែបើប្រាប់ថាឈ្នះគឺឈ្នះយកតែម្ដងអូខេមានពាក្យពេចន៍អីផ្ដាំផ្ញើទៅកាន់ CU Gaming នៅថ្ងៃស្អែកហ៎មកដល់ចង់មកដល់វិគីចង់មកដល់កាដែនសា
អត់មានទេតែចាំ
កាដែនសា What do you want to say something to CU Gaming No Nothing Okay nothing អុយតាសុំមកដល់តាស៊ីខេក៏បានណាបើអត់មាន ចអមានតែស៊ីខេតហ្នឹងពេលវាយឡើងសាហាវពេលចៃឡើងអត់ចៃមកម៉ែនេះធ្វើខ្លាំងវិញមើលធ្វើខ្លាំងតែពេលលេង
អូយ
មកសុំខ្លាំងដូចពេលលេងម្ដងតោះ
អត់ដឹងនិយាយអីគេ
អត់មាននិយាយអី
អត់ដឹង
ដឹងតែស្អែកយើងជួបគ្នាណោះ
ស្អែកជួបគ្នា
អូខេអញ្ចឹងប្រាប់ឲ្យហើយណាស្អែកជួបគ្នា See you gaming បញ្ញាប់ឡើងចាត្រៀមខ្លួនជាស្រេចជួបជាមួយនឹង Galaxy Legend ផងដែរអូខេជួបប៉ុស្ណាក់ដល់នៅថ្ងៃស្អែកហើយសង្ឃឹមថានឹងជោគជ័យណាអូខេអរគុណច្រើនចាឥឡូវនេះក៏សូមផ្ដល់ទូរទស្សន៍ជូនទៅដល់ caster របស់យើងវិញទាំងអស់គ្នា
Knock ability pre. Shimming out. No flick now.
Bay guys.
Bố bây giờ mày biết.
Flicker pre.
Khalid protect you.
Khalid no flick. Khalid no flick.
I zone give me alone. I zone give me alone.
Hayam lubu.
I vision more. I vision.
Go front.
Lòng mày thứ hai đi.
Lock me sikat. Don't get no one.
Go haro mo.
Khalid no ulti guys.
No follow up, no shadow haya pre. Waited.
Cry chay to cry. Pre, grak nga pre, grak nga. Grak.
Dạ tí.
Grak no bok.
Nó bọc.
Ay bi mo. Can still fight.
Lòng mày cái này cha.
Go.
Okay.
Cái cha tay đi. One hit.
I'm good ah.
Look me oh.
Grak no bok gago. Chill ah guys.
Don't type
Nice
ah.
one guys.
One more.
Don't hype.
See the cam.
Granger no flick pre.
Tao vào nó đi.
Thabo bagi.
Tao vào.
Don't get hype guys. Chill. Harit no flick. Look wiki pre. Tidai Luis. Grak no bok lead.
Cantet. Go drop aja tik. Naik drop.
Biar miskin.
Ayo sang.
Yeah.
Pull cam pre.
I block YSS a bit.
Usong no third skill.
Alin.
Grak no bok. Careful Harit pre Harit.
Flick masuk kanan.
I flow back.
Apa ini?
Harap.
Combo with ano.
Hai teo sini hai teo.
Micro.
Harap one hit.
Usong ah Vicky sikat.
Tower guys.
Tower. Don't shout.